Hey baddies, welcome to another Auntie Amy's Tarot. Today we're going to find out what the energy is all about, what's up for the collective. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's get into it. All right. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. Let's get into the energy. All right, Spirit, tell me, what's going on for the collective? What message do you have? Okay, let's start off with like 3 cards. Give me 3 cards. Okay, there's the first one. We have Tangled, third parties, and possible situations. Okay. All right, this one, we have Create Space, Stillness. Okay. And we have Obstacles, Obscurity, Clouded Judgment. Okay, so there's some kind of situation here that you're not clear on or somebody's not clear on. That's not for us. So we're going to get more details here. I'm going to pull part of this deck. This is the archetype deck and it's really big. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from this deck as well. Let's find out about the people involved here. This card is crossways, so I'm going to take it. We have flirt, innocently, overtly friendly, flattery, easy breezy conversations, quick-witted, nonverbal communication, charmer, playful. You could have a Libra, you could have a Taurus, you could have a Pisces, you could have a Gemini, Aquarius, could be the air sign here. Let's keep going. Let's pull one more here. Tell me more about the situation. I'm picking up more than the third parties. I'm picking up on the impossible situations on this card. There's some kind of obstacle or something that's in the way. And there may be a third party as well. So let's get these 2. That's what they want from this deck. Okay. We have networker, chats up one person after another, spreads and shares ideas and brings change, exchanges and saves business cards for the future. So this is somebody who, knows a lot of people. Maybe you're online. Maybe this is an online situation. We have father, abuses authority, cold intellectually, grandiose ideas, ego-driven, rigid, closed, intellectual, inflation, sterile, toxic masculinity. Okay, so I feel like these are like, this is one energy, this is another. Okay, the flirt, it could be like this. This could be the one person and then the other. But I do think the connection could be online as well. So a lot of different energies. Use your own discernment here. Let's clarify some more of this energy. Let's see where we want to go. Okay, let's do what's brewing. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this situation. Not this deck. Okay, this one. No, I'm going to pull. Okay, all right, I'm listening. We're going to pull from this deck again. Tell me more about the situation. Now we're going to shuffle. And those 2 want to come out. Okay. We have fascinated and mesmerized, retreat, RIP, relax. Okay. Let's get some toxic energy here. There's some kind of obstacle in the way here. You've got someone who is in their toxic masculine energy. I feel like they feel overlooked or not listened to. We have Citizen Kane, hasn't healed from childhood issues and seeks comfort in relationships and things in order to supplement what was missing in the past. Okay, someone here may have a father wound. Okay, you may be healing a father wound and it's affecting your relationships. You may not be healing it. It's just your father's wound may be affecting your relationships. Okay, I've been working on my father wound, so I understand this. This isn't foreign to me. You may be, it may be affecting your personal, like your romantic life, your friendships, even your business, what you're trying to do. And you may feel a lot of obstacles in your path as far as like getting ahead in any kind of way. Okay, because you're dealing with not only the external issues like with the father wound, Okay, you're dealing with the internal issues, like the internal obstacles that are caused by the toxicity of the trauma there. We're not going to go into the depths of this trauma, okay? This reading seems to really be about how this is affecting the other parts of your life, okay? And how it's time to kind of like focus on how this is affecting your other parts of your life, because the father wound is something that, just like the mother's wound, is something that you kind of have to heal over time, and you kind of have to deal with long term. Okay, so you don't want to like let everything else go, or you won't have nothing, right? So it really feels like this is a message about how to deal with the effects this father wounds has on your life, or to see how it does. And it really has put up some obstacles for you. It makes it hard to do action, right? You may get intuitive hits on what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go, you know, in your dreams, in your goals, in your relationships. Perhaps there are things you want to say in your personal relationships, be them friends, be them family, be them whoever, be them at work, and you just can't say those things. You're afraid of being vulnerable. You're afraid that it's going to have some kind of consequences that you can't handle. You're afraid that your vulnerability, when you say something, makes you weak. You think speaking your mind makes you vulnerable. You think speaking your truth makes you vulnerable because of what you've been through. And there's abandonment issues here. Deep, deep seated abandonment issues, abandonment of like a masculine energy. Because that's what toxic masculine energy does. It leaves, right? And you've probably been left, right? Quite a few times. Okay, so let's get some more. And obviously, there is some advice here on creating space and stillness. And that can be hard when you feel overwhelmed with emotion. But when you feel overwhelmed with emotion, that's the moment where you say, you know what? I need quiet. I need space. I need to kind of like just power down for a little bit so I can get a handle on what's going on. And there's no shame in that. Not a bit of it, okay? And for some of you, I know asking for help is difficult, and slowing down is difficult, because if you slow down, you might feel something, right? If you slow down, you might have to think about this. You might have to work on this more. And the point in you taking stillness and calmness is not for you to think about this more. It's for you to take time away from that. So plan things for you to do in your stillness and calmness that keeps you away from that. Your brain, your heart needs a break from it, okay? In order for you to be present in your other experiences in your life, you're going to have to like take space away from it. The father's wound, the mother's wound can overtake your life, especially when you start working on it. It takes over everything. It drags you. Like the father's wound can drag you to the pit of hell itself. And like I said in another reading, it's not a walk, it's a crawl. You crawl through your personal hell on your face. It's not pretty. And yes, you know, it takes over your life. And of course it does. But you want to have a life too. You deserve that. You deserve balance. And this is your spirits, your ancestors, your guides, your God forms coming forth and saying, get some balance. You deserve it. You deserve that balance. Okay, what card flipped? We have the Chariot. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Stillness is going to bring you motion. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Especially for those of you who are like, I want to keep going. I want to keep going. Keeping going keeps you detached, doesn't it? Keeping working, keeping busy, it keeps you detached. And you have to stop that. You have to stop being detached. My air signs, I see you. I see you, air signs. I know how this goes. You have to stop. If you have air in your chart, you don't have to be an air sign. Natal charts are complicated, okay? Air planets. You know what I'm saying? You have to stop. You can't run from this. This is your life. Don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to be free of this bullshit? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's why it's coming up. You can't ignore it. Okay? Sit in stillness. Journal. Get counseling if you need it. But you owe yourself the stillness to get quiet and space. It will bring you peace. It will bring you motion. Okay? Retreat, relax, stillness. Those really are. This is really the message here. Like, for those of you who work very hard, this networking card now is being really brought forward. Those of you who work really hard, you know, you can't work all the time. Human beings cannot work all the time. You will have a total burnout. And burnout is hard to recover from. I've seen many people burn out in my lifetime. I have burnout in my lifetime. I collapsed. I literally collapsed, and I have never fully recovered. Listen to me. I collapsed, and I never fully recovered. So listen to me when I say, take a break, slow down. I have to slow down too, okay, and it's hard. We have the Hierophant. It came out in reverse. I flipped it over. Oh, this one flipped. We have the Page of Coins. Let me see. Let me lower this a little bit. Boop, boop. There we go. You still can't see the page. There you go. That page. The Page of Coins. It's a little bit of good news. It's a little bit of good news. Tell me about this Hierophant here. We want to know about this Hierophant. The Wheel of Fortune. Bum, bum, bum. There's that wheel turning. I'm so puzzled about the Hierophant. Tell me more. The Four of Coins. The lack that you feel. Some of you guys just, you don't feel real good about yourself. You don't feel like things are going to work out for you. A lot of this could be money, okay? Move this back a little bit. There we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. This could be money or resources. I feel fear here. I feel fear with the Four of Coins. I feel like holding on. We're holding on. We're very tightly wound and we're holding on and we're scared. Okay. And it feels like loss here. It feels like I'm scared to lose. You're also scared to win. You're scared of this emotion. You're scared of what it means. I think you're scared of the obstacles to be removed. You're scared to win. You're scared for things to go good for you because you'd only know what they feel like when they go bad. We have the High Priestess. Oops. We have the High Priestess here. Listen, we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is a divine couple, by the way. This is a divine union. You are becoming balanced in your masculine and feminine energies. This is a high-level healing that you're going through. And you need to slow down, okay? Rest. Rest, I'm hearing rest for a season, okay? So in my hemisphere, we're going into winter. So it's time for you to rest, okay? It's time for you to take it easy. And get some balance in your life. Stop giving so much. I know the holidays are coming. We need to normalize, like, not going full out for the holidays. People have lost their mind about the holidays, you know? Uh, it should be enjoyable without being so stressful, you know? You may be stressed, especially with this father wound, because maybe you don't have people at the holidays. I don't either. I'm alone for every holiday. I don't have family. I don't really have a lot of friends. Well, I don't have really friends, you know what I'm saying? I'm alone. Okay, so I understand this. And I'm alone because I decided that my mental health, and I was more important than the dysfunctional relationships in my life, you know. Um, and so it's a choice, right? I choose it, okay? And you may have made that choice because of trauma, or you may not have many people, or you don't want to be around the dysfunction, okay? And I want to tell you that you have permission to do what feeds your soul. If you have been forcing yourself to be around people who traumatized you because it's the holidays, you have permission to not be around them. Do your own thing, you know? We shouldn't be around people who make us feel awful, right? People who are not loyal, who mistreat us because we share DNA. Family is more than DNA, okay? Family is loyalty. And loyalty is I can trust a bitch when they stand behind my back, that I know they'll have my back, that kind of thing. And getting balanced in your feminine and masculine energies will give you the confidence and the strength to stand on your own and make those kind of choices and see the truth. And, you know, of course you have fear, especially if you're dealing with a lot of aloneness or isolation because of this father wound. And that feeling of aloneness and isolation, especially when you've had people in your life who you love dearly, who didn't meet your expectations. Perhaps you've had some disappointment in some relationships, because if you've been traumatized, you may have expectations of people. And if they don't meet them, you're like, oh, well, we can't. And there is this need with the father wound to understand that people fuck up. It doesn't mean that they don't mean what they say. It doesn't mean that they are awful. It means they're human. There's a difference between people fucking up and people being toxic and abusive. And that's something that every traumatized person has to go through. They have to figure that out. That's part of taking a moment. That's part of like sitting back and reflecting on experiences instead of reacting to what's happened. And that's why you being still for a season and not pushing things, not rushing anything, doing what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? But being in a winter moment and just observing your inner world, observing your outer world, observing the people around you and how they interact with you and how it feels. Sometimes it exposes things that you don't want exposed and you don't know how to deal with. If that's the case, you stand in your stillness. You reflect on how that makes you feel. And you empower yourself with how you're going to react, if at all. It's a process. It's growth. You are being encouraged to take time to grow now, growing in the winter, growing through reflection. It will help you balance your masculine and feminine energies. And this is divine feminine and masculine energy, okay? It's going to turn your wheel. It's going to give you motion. And it feels like there's going to be some good news. There's going to be maybe even a little bit of money. Tell me more about this wheel. Tell me more about the wheel turning. Tell me more about this wheel turning. Tell me more. Okay. We have the Six of Cups. It's going to be a very healing experience. It feels abundant. It feels happy. I feel better. I feel better about myself. I believe I believe that the world ain't out to get me. I believe that it's all going to be okay. I believe that I don't have to hold on so tight all the time, that I can go with the flow. Some of you guys are gripping very tightly, just in general, to like things, people, ideas, a place. It's time to kind of let go. Let go and let God. Okay, let the universe, let your deities, let your spirits, let your ancestors, let them work. Let them do what they do. Okay, it's time to put your faith into motion. You can't live in fear forever. It will age you. It will make you sick. It will create a world of no experience. You will not experience hardly anything in your life if you live in a state of fear. Okay, we have temperance, all in divine timing. And one more. We have the 7 of coins. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Sowing seeds. Sowing seeds for the future. And that's what's happening. That's what you'll be doing. And there will be a harvest for you. There will be a harvest for you. You are the wounded warrior here. And look, out of all the wounded warrior cards, the 9 of Wands cards I've ever seen, look how beat up this dude is. Like you've been through some stuff. You need to rest. The Ace of Wands, you need to rest. That's a great idea. You need to rest. The 9 of Coins, because you're going to be busy and booked. Okay? The future is beautiful with the 9 of Coins here. You know, this is luxury. This is spiritual fulfillment as well in your work. This is happiness. There's a lot of happiness coming for you, okay? But it's time for you to be still. It's time for you to reflect, okay? All right, that's what I received for today. I hope this was a helpful and insightful reading. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you're curious about my memberships, there's a little join button down below. You can press it and find out all my information. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.